The Square Ball Podcast.
Absolutely delighted to welcome Stuart Dallas, brand new Leeds United ambassador in the green room area of the World War II Museum here in New Orleans. It's quite a city, isn't it?
It's been nice, yeah. Haven't really seen too much of it, to be honest, but yeah, obviously delighted to be out here, and it's a nice place where we're doing this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a lovely venue, isn't it? And a great city, and you've been invited out as a guest. You've just done your turn on stage in front of sort of 200 or 300 LU Americas members as part of your, is it part of your new ambassador role? What's all that about at Leeds United then? New news?
Listen, it's new news. I think I've obviously been doing it for a couple of months now. It's only just been released, but an ambassador role. So obviously out here representing the club. Go to Kansas now next week to represent them at a Premier League event, but sort of just giving back to the club, but obviously working closely within the academy as well at certain points, and trying to help them, trying to be a mentor for the younger players coming through as best I can, and try and pass on some knowledge. Obviously I do a lot of the media work as well, which should sort of just been connected back with the club, and the club gave me so much and when I was playing, and I'm delighted obviously to be representing them again.
When you were on stage, you mentioned the early days at Leeds. Can you kind of believe this is how it's ended, given the way it started with you arrived under Uwe Rosler and he was gone within a couple of months, and the club was in chaos really?
It was in chaos, and it probably could have, my journey probably could have took a different turn. I'm very, very fortunate that I was able to play at the club for the length of time I did. But yeah, obviously standing here now as an ambassador after Uwe, there was a couple of different managers in after Gary Monk, Thomas Christensen. Maybe my time was up at the club, I thought, at that stage, and sort of obviously Marcelo came in and sort of transformed us. So obviously he's a big part of the reason why I'm standing here as an ambassador, obviously.
What was the transition like, the difference between those early days, and you kind of hinted towards it when you were on stage about things were perhaps a little bit more chaotic behind the scenes, and then what it turned into was probably a far more professional organisation? Yeah,
they were just obviously, back then when I signed, I obviously thought the club was in a good place at that time. You come in, as every player does, they come in and they say, oh, it's a huge club, hopefully get promoted, and then looking back now, it's like that was never going to happen at that point. But Massimo Cellino was obviously the owner at the stage, and I actually had a decent relationship with him. Then Andrea Radrizzani came in, and he was brilliant. Look, the club wouldn't be where it is now only for him. I know a lot of fans obviously have their own opinions on him, and Angus and Victor, but three guys that the club really wouldn't be where it is now only for them. Transformed it, really brought the club and the fans probably closer together, a really good connection with outside, really brought the community together as well, and then obviously we're a big part in getting Marcelo to the club, and from then on the club's never really looked back. Obviously the relegation, of course, but it's sort of still pushing forward, and obviously we heard from Prague earlier, and we hope that it's sort of the start of an incredible journey.
You must get asked about Bielsa all the time because of how important he was to us as fans, to you as players. Can you remember back at the start of that, when you as a group of players heard that Marcelo Bielsa's coming in? What's the reaction to that? This guy he's done some things.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I think probably there was a number of players who maybe hadn't heard of him before. I obviously had heard a bit about him, and I was away on, I think it was international games. You get a bit more time off because you have the international games in the summer, so you don't come back usually at the same time as the rest of the squad. But obviously when Marcelo was announced, then I come back a couple of holidays short and come back to do pre-season. I just remember his first meeting, he walked in and he just knew everybody by name or by number, and he sort of just knew then that he meant business. And then again, his training methods were completely different from what we've been used to, and you start to get success and you start to believe in it, and it just all spiraled from there really, but just totally transformed the club, transformed us as individuals.
Do you think you learned a different way of playing football? Like, did he open your eyes to something different?
Oh yeah, completely, yeah. Just firstly how to live my life better off the pitch. I needed to be in as best possible condition as I could be for not only match days but for training. So maybe that little late night snack that he maybe enjoyed on a night time had to be put aside, and because obviously we all know that the weight targets and stuff that we were on, but that was all just for Marcelo to have us in as good a possible position as could be. There was a method behind his madness, if that's the right way to phrase it. It wasn't just plucked out of nowhere. There was a reasoning behind it, and he got the best out of us as individuals.
I think the training methods and style of play, it's been documented quite a lot, but for you personally, I presume with that sort of core group of players that you were a part of, the sort of senior leadership group, you've made friends for life there, so on a personal level it must have been really effective for you as well.
Oh yeah, because we spent a lot of time together, and I think at club football that is, you tend to come in and do your job and just go home, but we were obviously in hotels a lot of the time. Pre-season we were in hotels. We were staying in the McCure Hotel in Weatherby before they put the sleeping pods into the training ground and stuff. So you spend a lot of time, so you build relationships with individuals, people from different backgrounds, different culture, and you just learn about each other as individuals. And yeah, some of the friends I've made throughout the club, and Luke Ayling, for example, Liam Cooper, Patrick Bamford, Calvin Phillips. Coops is best pals. Kids are really close. Wives are really close. So that's something that's bigger than football. Do you know what I mean? It's something that will stick with us forever. But Marcelo done that. He built them relationships. That was just a special time to be part of the club.
How's the transition into doing like the media work been for you? Because it feels like that's something that's come quite naturally to you. Have you had any training, or is it something
I've never had any training, and I never really thought that I wanted to do media. I wanted to be a pundit. I wanted to do anything like that. I just sort of got an opportunity. Sky asked me to come and do a game. I went and done it, and I kind of enjoyed it. And I think the big thing for me was the people that I went to work for the first time I done it. Presenting, for example, Prutz, Joey McAnuff. These guys were good guys who really helped me at the beginning, and then I thought, that's I actually like that, and then it sort of just spiraled from that. It's just speaking your mind, isn't it, on football?
It's what we do.
Yeah, it is. Listen, it's only your opinion as well, isn't it? And unless you start going into things, doing facts, but you're only giving your opinion on football, and not everybody agrees with it. But I enjoy doing it. It keeps me involved in football. I don't know. I see a different side to the game. I watch football differently, maybe from I did when I played. I enjoy it, and hopefully I can continue it.
You've always been very versatile. I love you doing stuff around Thorpe House if you're not careful. You'll end up on the painter and decorating or something.
I need to
draw some lines.
Just draw some lines.
Maybe the chance to come and do this is great, isn't it? And so we watched the game this morning, Fulham game, in the pub. Body clock all over the place, but having just the one pint of Guinness at about 9 o'clock, just to ease us through breakfast time.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it was a gut punch though to lose it like that, wasn't it? I mean, you must have experienced it as a player. What's it like to lose like that?
It is, yeah. Listen, the boys will travel back now. They'll be devastated that they haven't got something from the game, because I think they were really good throughout the game. If I'm being honest, I think they deserve something from it, but. That's the Premier League in a nutshell. You can be in the game, you can be the best team in the game, and then all of a sudden you go away with nothing. But yeah, they'll be disappointed. But it's easy. I said on stage here about how easy it is to get drawn into a false sense of, I suppose, what's the right word? False sense of
security. You've got the point to the back, isn't it? Oh.
Yeah, not even that. I think it's. So you've gone from probably what was a positive result into a negative, and it's easy then to be frustrated, and straight away then you want to blame somebody, and you go, well, we lack creativity, we lack this. The fact of the matter was they had a couple of decent chances, and it was a good away performance in the Premier League, and if you can come away there with a point, everybody's going away happy, but the last minute goal just changes that, so it's easy for people to have a knee-jerk reaction and start then criticising or whatever. So I think that we just need to be a wee bit relaxed about it. We've got games coming up that hopefully we can pick up points and win. I think on the whole the team's progressing. I think the first game against Everton, they done well. They won the game. There's probably nothing in the game, and obviously the Arsenal game was what it was. But I think even then, since then the team have been in the league. I've been getting better. I think it was a good performance today, and I think there's a lot to be optimistic about.
I feel like the promotion of last time has maybe spoiled it for people because we came straight up and we're instantly creating 6 or 7 chances a game under Marcelo. That this time it feels a bit more of a grind, but maybe that's just the reality of it. If it is how it feels.
We were creating 6 or 7 chances when we were there, but we were also conceding 6 or 7. So defensively at the minute, the club or the team is good. I know Carl had, by the way, was fantastic today. He made a few decent saves, but they never really cut us open, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The team's different now. There's a good foundation within the team, and I think if you give yourself that platform, you're defensively solid. It allows you to hopefully create chances going forward. Can they be better going forward? Of course they can, absolutely. But I think that'll happen. But what I will say is as well is that you can maximise the small 1%. For set pieces, the team are big, they're strong, they're physical. So maybe they in games where you think we're going to lack to create something. Can we, be well organised in defensive set pieces, but also attacking and possibly, create something that can just win you that.
Is it something you recognise from maybe more from your time with the national side when you're having to go up against much more fancy teams and you're kind of the underdog in it and just staying in games and that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, when we qualified for Euro 2016, I think 72% or something of our goals come from set pieces. So set pieces is massive. I think we've seen Arsenal last year, Aston Villa, the amount of goals, and that can be the difference in 10, 15 points per season. I think this season is going to be difficult. We're going to have to grind out results, but I don't see no reason why we can't do that. I think especially at home, we're going to be hard to beat, and today, obviously, probably should have had a point at least today, but it's football, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, what is the main difference in that step up to the Premier League from the Championship? You've experienced it, obviously. What is it sort of specifically that is harder about the Premier League? Is it the speed, the physicality?
Yeah, the speed's obviously a lot different. The quality's huge. Again today, Fulham didn't really create anything. Darlow had made a few decent saves, but you get punished. It wasn't really punished, like it was a freak on goal, really, wasn't it? But I think, I think back to whenever we were playing, we dominated games, and I think it was West Ham at home where we were the better team, and all of a sudden I think they win 2-0 or something at our place, and it's like that is the Premier League. It's like.
Is it really fine margins?
Fine margin. It is fine margins. Obviously, the quality within it. You have to have quality, especially obviously when you're trying to create in the final third. But I don't know. It's for somebody who lacked a bit of quality in the final third. I'm not going to give anybody advice.
I would say, but you'll always have Man City, and we'll always have Man City. So you didn't look too bad finishing that day. So it was all right.
Yeah, it was. Good times. And just close my eyes and hope for the best up there.
So are we staying up then? You've obviously got to believe it. We've all got to believe it.
Listen, honestly, I truly believe that we're staying up. I think the team looked good. As I say, the structure of the team was good, and it's about creating momentum and confidence, and we can go next week to Wolves and win. You wouldn't believe how much confidence that will give the team going forward, but I think we stay up. I think we stay up comfortably. Fingers crossed. There was a few sides of deep breaths there when I said that.
But like you say, it's fine-minded, isn't it? And it feels like the outcome of the season is probably quite finely balanced. It could be 16th, 17th. We might do it on the final day, whatever it might be. If we're lucky. It's hard to win. It's hard to score, isn't it?
Ultimately, the main target is to stay up. You've got to stay up, and then, as Parag touched on earlier, then it gives you more the longer you stay in it. Your chances of survival go up. You're able to spend more money, obviously, because of PSR and stuff. So I'm really, really positive that they can. I've liked what I've seen so far. Can we be a wee bit better? absolutely. But Daniel will know that.
Final one then as well. Our body clocks I think are all over the place, but it's 2:20 as we record this on Saturday afternoon. What's the rest of New Orleans? There's a little smirk on your face, like but you've got time in New Orleans. Are you going to go to the Superdome on the Sunday to see the NFL, the 49ers play the Saints, and then you've got a week to kill before the Kansas City event for the Premier League, haven't you? So.
Yeah, I think the rest of today we'll just take it easy, maybe go back for a nap or something. But we're off to the 49ers game tomorrow, which will be good. I've never been to an NFL game, so it'll be a good experience. I'm going obviously along with Parag and that, which will be a really, really good experience. We've just been handed a bottle of Modelo.
Well, there you go, handed a beer right at the end of the show.
There we go.
Well, enjoy that. Just don't have too many of them.
Anyway, we're going to the 49ers game, and that'll be good to experience that.
Yeah.
I've been out in the city. I was at an event before here where I had to do a shirt swap, and it's incredible to see the amount of fans that they have taken. A bit like Leeds, travel everywhere in huge numbers. So looking forward to that tomorrow, and then I've got to look at a golf course or something on Monday.
Well,
Tuesday.
Stay hydrated. Enjoy the rest of your trip.
I will. I'll not need any advice on that.
Stuart, thank you very much.
No problem.
Cheers.
Appreciate that. Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
The Square Ball Podcast.